Hi, welcome to the Leadership and Growth Podcast, and we're exploring John C. Maxwell's The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership. I'm your host, Victor Eichie, and today we're discussing one of the most fundamental principles of leadership, which is the law of influence. Now, previously we started exploring John C. Maxwell's book, The 21 Irrefutable Laws of Leadership, and we looked at the law of the lead, which teaches us that our leadership ability determines our effectiveness. Today's law is built on that by showing us that leadership is not about titles or positions. Instead, it's about the influence we have on others. So, what are we waiting for? Without any further ado, let's dive into these essential concepts. So, leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. Now, what is the law of influence? What is this law? What is influence? The law of influence, it states that the true measure of leadership is influence, nothing more, nothing less. It doesn't matter if you hold a formal leadership title or not. Real leadership happens when you positively affect others through your actions, through your words and examples. So people don't follow someone just because they have a position or authority. They follow because they trust and respect the person influencing them. Now, let me use a simple analogy. Leadership is like a ripple effect. When you drop a pebble into water, the ripples extend far beyond the point of impact. And in the same way, leadership creates a ripple effect, and your influence spreads through your actions, through your decisions and relationships. Every leader, either big or small, whether they realize it or not, create waves that impact those around them. Now, let me give you an example or a personal story. And I have seen this power of influence in work in some of the roles I have been in the past. Now, a couple of months ago, I was organizing a session, and this has to do with certain part of our team. And to pull it off, I needed the support of several directors, none of whom I am directly reporting to. So somehow I was worried on how to get them on board, and without the authority to mandate their participation, but then I had to focus on influence. Now, instead of using formal channels, I began by building rapport with each of them. I took the time to understand their priorities, empathize with their challenges, and explain how this training session would directly benefit their teams. And then by demonstrating how their participation could help them achieve their goals, I was able to secure their full cooperation. And the success of the program didn't come from authority. It came from the influence I had built by showing genuine interest in their needs and objectives. So, this experience taught me that leadership is not about giving orders. It's about inspiring actions through influence. The same lesson, it applies beyond the workplace. For example, in other communities that I serve, the leadership role, I've seen the law of influence, how it fosters strong relationship within my leaders, especially in church, and other team leaders as well. And it has helped in building a thriving community. People don't follow me because of my position. They follow because of the relationship and trust that we have cultivated. Now, I want you to think about where you currently have influence, whether it's in your job, it's in your family, or the community where you are. What impact are you having on them? Influence, when it is used effectively, can create a lasting legacy. And then, so you want to ask yourself, how are you influencing those around you? It's very important. You need to take note of how much influence you're having on the people around you. So I'm going to give you some takeaways on how to increase your influence. Influence isn't about or doesn't happen overnight. I'm going to be giving you 4 key ways to build it over time. First, build authentic relationships. Build authentic relationship. People follow leaders they feel connected to. So what do you need to do? Invest time in getting to know the people around you. In your workplace, understand your team, understand what makes them, understand their happy times and their bad times, right? And then understand their goals and show that you care about their success. That's the first thing. Build authentic relationships. Secondly, be consistent. The power of consistency. You got to be consistent. Leadership is built on trust, and trust comes from consistency and being reliable in your actions and commitments. The more dependable you are, the more others will follow your lead. The more others will follow your lead. Number 3, add value. In adding value, focus on how you can serve those around you, because influence grows when people see that you are not just seeking your own advancement, but genuinely looking to add value to their lives. What value are you adding to the people around you, especially if you are in a professional environment, those that report to you either directly or indirectly? What impact, what value do they drive? Do they derive from you? So that's number 3, add value. Number 4, listen intentionally. Influence isn't just about speaking or directing, it's about listening. When people feel heard, they are more likely to trust and follow you. Very, very important. Something that you need to take cognizance of. When they feel heard, they are likely to trust, they are likely to follow you. But if you don't give them room to be heard, then they take it to someone else. All right. My challenge for you today is that take a moment to reflect on where you have influence, whether it's at work or at home or within your community. Once you are able to identify that place, that area where you have influence, then identify one person or a group where you would like to deepen your influence, where you like to improve on your influence. Then use one of the strategies that we've discussed today, whether it's building a stronger relationship, being more consistent, adding value, or becoming a better listener. And then once you're able to do these things, you see how the changes come. You see the dynamic changes, the phenomenal changes that will occur in your journey of leadership. So guys, that wraps it up in today's discussion on the law of influence. Remember, leadership isn't about your title or role. It's about the positive impact you have on the people around you. So the greater the influence, the stronger your relationship would be. In our next episode, we're going to be looking at the law of process, where we're going to discuss how leadership develops daily, not in a day. And then make sure at this point, make sure to subscribe so you don't miss anything out of it. All right. So guys, thank you for tuning in today. Until next time, remember, leadership is influence, and influence is built on a relationship at its height. Keep growing and keep leading. See you next time.